I'm combining nearly 2 decades worth of experience in ensuring games get released. Whether you're struggling to start or stuck in development, no matter if you use Unity, Unreal, Roblox or Game Maker, there is something that will make your life easier in these tips. Number 1. Generate more ideas. You never know how good your idea is until you've seen others that you've created. Ideas are cheap, ideas can be made fast, make more ideas to make better games that way. Number 2, never build your first idea. It's the same trap as most people fall into. You think you have the best idea in the world, make a few others, compare them, and you'll know for sure that it's probably not the case. Number 3, listen to your creative voice. It will stop speaking to you if you stop listening to it. It's like a muscle, you need to keep training it. The weird things that come up in your mind, like put a banana on your head, put the banana on your head, or at least write it down and humor the voice. Number 4, prototype with super simple squares. Just make a prototype of your initial core gameplay. Don't bother with all the fancy stuff or fancy systems or whatever. Just see if your game is fun before you invest an immense amount of time on it. Number 5, reduce the juice. What I mean by this is we all like to make things look flashy, juicy and fun, but it distracts from your prototype. If you're building a prototype, make it ugly and shitty so you can just focus on if the gameplay by itself is fun enough to warrant a full production cycle. Number 6, if you're very new to this, start as a DM or something. It's fine to just work in existing systems. Dungeons & Dragons is like your own little playbox that doesn't need you to program anything. It has an established set of rules. It will teach you how to balance. It will teach you how to tell stories. It will teach you how to keep players engaged. DMing is a really good way to start out with game design and development. Number 7, your assumptions are wrong. You might think you have all the answers and you might think that everything works. It doesn't. Number 8, build more, theorize less. The more you build, the sooner you will learn which assumptions are wrong and the sooner you can actually pivot to make your game better. Number 9, nobody reads. Absolutely nobody reads. So if you have a tutorial or whatever that explains your whole game in huge chunks of texts, you're doing it wrong. Try to avoid telling people, but show them, show don't tell. It works the same for video games. Don't let your players read because they won't do it anyway. Number 10, playtest early and often. So the earlier you're able to playtest your games, to test your assumptions and to understand what is working and what is not, the faster your game will be better, right? The earlier you can pivot, the easier it is. So if you playtest early, screw it that it doesn't look great, that it doesn't have a tutorial. Let people just mess around and you'll learn what you'll need to explain to them. Number 11, read Jesse Schell, A Book of Lenses. It's a really good book. If you want to know anything about game design, it's a great start. It has a very good way of looking at game design and how it can be kind of approached and taught in a way where it's actually useful instead of just theorizing about bullshit. Number 12, use assets. Don't be afraid to use whatever you can get your grubby little hands on. Use code snippets, use existing systems, whatever you can do to make your initial vision a reality is good. You can test it early and then you can pivot afterwards. Just get something out there. Number 13, if it wasn't clear yet, core is king. Without a core gameplay that's fun and engaging, you have no game at all. No system, no amount of juice, no amount of pretty little graphics is gonna make your game more fun than your actual core gameplay. Number 14, have a vision. This might sound weird, but if you don't have a strong vision of what you want from a game, you're going to drown in feedback and you're not going to know what you're going to be building anytime soon. So have a vision, know what you want from your game, know what the fun is of your game, and know how you want to convey this to your players. Number 15, which is contradictory because it's listen to feedback. As I said, your assumptions are wrong. You probably don't know what's not working from your games. Neither do your players, by the way. But they will give you feedback that's like this little puzzle that you can figure out what they actually need in order to make your game a bit better. So listen to the feedback, understand the feedback, and work with the feedback as long as it doesn't rub against your vision. Number 16, get unfiltered feedback as much as possible. Don't only let your wife play. Don't only let your parents play. Find people that do not give a shit about your feelings and let them play your game. Hell, if you're brave enough, be sleep deprived, hungry and depressed and then play your game. You will get annoyed by every little detail that's not working and it's a good list of things you still need to improve on. Number 17, ask undirected questions when people are playing your game. Don't ask, is it fun? Ask things like, hey, how does X work? Or, according to you, what is the goal of the game? Things that don't have a straight answer right away, but give you a lot of insight about what players are actually missing or not understanding correctly. Number 18. There is no wrong way to build things. Stop falling into the traps of people telling you how to actually build a thing. Just build a thing. It doesn't matter if you build things in a shitty way, if your UVs are not correct, or if you don't follow all the best practices when it comes to programming. Getting something out there is the real goal you need to achieve. Number 19, make Breakout. Breakout is a great game to start with. It has a simple premise, it has simple controls, and it can be built in 2D or 3D, whatever you prefer. It's a good first game to start with to understand the principles of making a fun yet simple game. Number 20. Once you've made Breakout, add one unique mechanic. Wow, you're now a game designer. It's the best way to understand how a good game is built and how you can improve on it by doing something just as simple as this. And it will allow you to get something out there really, really fast, which will feel very, very good. Trust me. Number 21. Fail fast and often. Don't give a shit about other people not liking whatever you're putting out. Just put things out there, get the feedback, learn from it, and do it better the next time. The fastest way to learn is to fail. Number 22. Make a plan. If you have a plan, you can follow something. You have something to work towards and you have an actual finish line in front of you. Having this will motivate you to actually complete the things that you want to complete instead of you just driving yourself mad with thoughts of needing to do more. Number 23. Estimate the amount of time that you are going to spend on the work. If you're going to estimate your work, you will better know what you expect from yourself, and you will learn to be more realistic in expectations of what you can and cannot build within the time given to you. Number 24, double your estimations. Things go wrong, things don't work, and whatever you think that is doable in theory might really, really suck in practice. So try to double your estimations, but don't estimate with the thing in mind that you're gonna double them. It's a hard thing to learn, but it's really important for you to better understand how long things will actually take so that you don't just put yourself or set yourself up for failure. Number 25, make a board that contains all your work. By estimating your work, planning it out, and having a board full of it, you actually know where you're heading and you will know what the finish line is, which will then motivate you further to actually complete the thing you're trying to make. Number 26, make the board physical and move things along the board. So what I mean by this is if you have a to-do, an in progress, and a done column, you will be able to move your work across the board as you work on it. This will motivate you to do more work over time, and it will actually show you tangible progress that you're making instead of you just driving yourself crazy every night thinking you didn't do enough. Number 27, work MVP, minimum viable product. It's a shitty buzzword, but it works. If you work by just making the basic thing you need to make in order to convince yourself that it works, like a prototype, like the core gameplay, like anything you want to start with, and not bloat it out into the best system in the world right away, you will get a lot of results faster. You'll be able to make it better. Number 28, whatever you think of building right now, your plan is too big. Make your plan smaller. Do it right now. Make it smaller. You don't have to make the next MMORPG. You don't have to make a full-on crafting Pokemon game. You can just make something small to start with because your plan is too big. Number 29. Your plan is still too big. Make it smaller. Even though you may have cut it in half, even though you may have done it to 25%, whatever you think you're able to do, you're able to do less. It's why we double our estimations. So make your plan even smaller. You can do it. I believe in you. Number 30. Get help. Forget all of these bullshit fucking stories about people doing stuff on their own. You don't know how much they sacrifice to do it, and we're not all built the same. Feel free to get help. Get as much help as you want. Buy assets, hire someone. Hell, I'm hiring people right now to try and get me my thumbnails to be better because I suck at them. It's okay to get help. It's actually good for you. You can learn from others. Don't try to be the smartest guy in every room. You'll be fine being the dumbest because you'll learn a lot. Number 31. Build a community. Yeah, I mean, if you're surrounded by people that want to do the same thing, you're going to motivate each other and learn from each other. It's good for you. Number 32, to build a community, reach out to passionate people. Use Reddit, use Discord, use whatever you can find. It's really fun to connect with people. I've had people reach out to me in this channel when I was still really, really small, and it was really fun because I was able to review games and we were able to chat. I suck at keeping those connections running and I hate myself for it. Try to get these connections going and try to become better together. It really, really makes a difference. Number 33, find your focus. Build one genre, don't build 50. If you want to build an initial game, just Pick a genre that you're passionate about and that you think you can achieve, and stay in that genre for a while. Learn that genre. Become better and faster at it, project over project. Number 34, don't fear AI. AI is here. It's not going away. I'm not telling you to build all of your art in AI. I'm not telling you to build all of your designs in AI. I'm not telling you to build your whole game in AI. But don't fear it. It's being used in all of professional game development, whether it's in concepting stages, or by documenting things, or by generating initial images to convey a concept. Find the way that you feel ethically comfortable with using AI. Don't fear it. Number 35. My advice for AI is to use it as a partner in crime. Use it as someone to bounce off of. Use it as someone to do kind of general Googling for you. And use it for things that you're not interested in becoming better at. If you want to make games, you want to become better at probably most of the things you're going to have to do while making games. So don't use it for that, but you might not want to be a marketing expert. You might not want to be an expert at doing user analysis. Maybe AI can help you with that. It's your partner in crime, it's not a replacement. Number 36. Game design is not a science. Anyone telling you how to do game design and that is the only way to do it is lying. Run. Game design is not a science. It's mostly an art. And it's this nice little marriage between an art and a science, which I could talk for hours about. However, just know that even though that I am now sharing my opinion on how to do things in a way that they become maybe faster, it's not the only way to do things, and same goes for game design. Number 37, read postmortems. There's a bunch of people that wrote big postmortems about anything they did in video gaming, from Diablo 1 to Wipeout to God knows how many there are out there. They're really interesting. They're people that are looking back at the project and realizing how and where they failed. They failed for you. So you fail faster by reading their failures, which will make you better in a shorter amount of time. Number 38, don't write a game design document. Remember what I said that nobody reads? This is also true for the majority of people you're going to work with. Whether you're going to go at this alone or with other people, no one's interested in reading another Bible. So don't write a GDD. Make it smaller, make it a wiki, make it something that is digestible for others. If you write a GDD, only do it so that you can convince yourself that you know everything that needs to happen in the game. Number 39, visualize your core loop. So what I mean by that is you're going to have your little core loop of like, you do this because I want to do that, and then I want to do that, and it's going to be fun because of this. If you visualize that, you can easily see where the links start to break and where it might need some polishing. Use Google Slides to do it. It doesn't matter where you do it, just try to visualize it so that you can convince yourself that you're doing the right thing. Number 40, don't be afraid to get inspired. We really do not understand well enough how creativity works. So don't be afraid to just be inspired by other things. Games you love are probably inspired by games that came before it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's how our brain creates new patterns to create great new connections that are creative outlets. Number 41, watch everything as a remix. This is one of the most interesting video essays you will watch about creativity. It does a really good job at trying to explain it in the best possible way, and I advise every single junior game designer that I've had the pleasure of working with to at least watch it once, to understand what it's saying, not necessarily follow it blindly, but just understand where it's coming from so that you can understand creativity a little better. Number 42, don't pay for crazy courses. Remember how I said that game design is not a science? So even though some courses might be interesting or they might have something to say, there is so much good free shit out there. Watch YouTube, read documents, and if you want to pay for something, pay for Jesse Shell's A Book of Lenses. Number 43, you cannot design by committee. This is why you need to have a vision. If you don't know what you're building, all you're gonna do is drown in a shit ton of feedback and ideas that have nothing to do with the game you want to build. Number 44, you cannot please everyone. Again, this is a reason why you need a vision. You need to know why you're building the game, because otherwise you're gonna be drowning in opinions. And people are gonna hate you regardless, so just put something out there that you're proud of. Number 45, crunch is always a net loss. Even if you're alone, don't crunch yourself into the nights. Don't work on this in hours that are ungodly or a waste of your brain capacity. If you're starting to crunch, you're gonna make mistakes, which will just make it so that things will have to take longer. Don't crunch, it's bad for everything. Number 46, if it's not clear by all of these hints, then here it is. finish a game. Don't spend your times looping around ideas or theorizing the greatest thing in the world. Just make a game and finish it. Again, make Breakout, but finish a game. It's good for you. It will teach you a lot. It will make your next game go faster. Number 47, understand the 80-20 rule. 80% of the work is 20% of the effort, and the remaining 20% of the work is 80% of the effort. The last parts of making a game are the hardest. It's why you need to finish one, because you'll understand that creating a game that is playable versus creating a game that people actually understand and want to play are two very, very different things. And by doing this, by actually finishing a game and understanding the 80-20 rule, you will do a lot better. Number 48, if you're really struggling to finish a game, do a game jam. Game jams are a great way to connect with other professionals, are a great way to connect with other passionate people, are a great way to get a community, and they're a great way to finish a game. Game jams are great. Do those. Number 49, if you are still green and very scared of coding, make a paper prototype. It's a practice that is used professionally. Just write out what you want to do, or actually cut up pieces of a thing, get a board game and Frankenstein it into something that will convey the game that you want to play. By making a paper prototype, you're actually teaching yourself to think about game design in a different way, and you're making something playable without doing a single line of code. Number 50, always think of a talk with some chalk. If you want to explain something to other people about your design, if you want to explain your game to other people, always have something to say with an image. An image says more than 1,000 words. So if you do a talk with some chalk, it's gonna be a lot clearer. All right, we're kind of halfway through now, and this is more tiring than I thought. Anyway, we're about halfway through now, so I hope so far you've had some hints that you've enjoyed or some tips that you found interesting. The majority of these things I can make a whole video on, so, you know, I'm just touching the bare bones right now. If any of this is useful, you know, consider leaving a like. I'm gonna go on with the other 50. Oh, and if any of these you would like a full video on, leave it in the comments so that I know what videos you guys would be interested in. All right, ready? All right, here come the other 50. 51, know your core as an elevator pitch. If you cannot explain what your game is, what the core gameplay of your game is, in an elevator pitch, so 3 sentences and a picture, you probably don't know well enough why your game is fun. 52. Understand that any tips you read, see, or digest, including these, are always opinionated by people's experience. None of them are full-on truths. They're all experiences written down in handy tips like these. Number 53. Use the Moscow method to prioritize. Must have, should have, could have, and won't have. This way you can make a better kind of judgment call on which things you need to prioritize first and which things you would feel fine in letting go. Number 54, must-haves can only be core things. So making the game prettier is not necessarily a must-have, but any sort of player-centered feedback to make them understand the game better probably is a must-have. It's a tricky balance, but try to be very strict with yourself on what is actually a must-have for your game. 55. You cannot do everything. Make trade-offs. Again, this goes hand in hand with the fact that your plan is probably too big. You should feel fine in letting go of some core things. It helps to set a deadline for yourself to ensure that you don't overbloat your scope. Number 56. Creating a game is always a balance between time, cost, and scope. If you make a big scope, you're gonna need a big amount of time or costs. Costs include people. So try and make this triangle for yourself. If you make a smaller scope, you probably need less time and less cost, or people, or whatever you want to call it. Number 57, your games do not have to be commercial. You can make games for the fun of it. Don't try to create the next kind of millionaire masterpiece. Make a game you like to make. It depends on why you're making games. Number 58, if you want to become better at making games, make games. I know that this is a trap because you're watching this video right now, but learn more by doing. Make games, don't listen to making games. If this was the thing you needed, quit the video right now and go make a game. I don't care, you know, screw my retention. 59, if you take a game mechanic from a different game, understand why that game mechanic was there in the first place. Very, very often people do not know why a game mechanic exists and they just add collectibles to their 3D platformer because Mario has collectibles in their 3D platformer. There's a reason Mario has a bunch of collectibles in their 3D platformers. Know the reason, understand the reason, and then take the mechanic and make it better, and make it your own. Number 60! Learn the MDA model, mechanics, dynamics, and aesthetics. This is a really good fundamental way to learn game design. It's also in the Book of Lenses. I'm not sponsored by this book, it's just a great book. The MDA model is kind of the foundational research on the first ways of how we create games, and it still holds up today. Number 61, being creative means that you take a part of yourself and show it to the world. If people have an opinion on this, it's gonna hurt. Be prepared for this. Number 62, kill your ego. Your ego is in your way. The more ego you have, the harder it's going to be to accept how people criticize whatever creative works you make. Again, creativity is a part of you, so if your ego is in the way, you're not going to make better creative things. Number 63, fun is often correlated with learning. It is fun to learn and master things. This is where the majority of our fun comes from. Getting better at that rotation in your fighting game. Understanding the ways that you can break your deck in Slay the Spire. There's a lot of fun in learning and understanding patterns, and often randomization keeps it fresh. Number 64, because there is fun in learning, or learning is fun, understand your audience. There's a reason why kids like tic-tac-toe and adults don't. Tic-tac-toe is very solvable. If you have a very complex game, know that your audience is probably going to be people that like complex things. So try to be as smart or smarter than your audience, otherwise they will break the game for you and not have a good time. Number 65, the more comprehensible your game is, the more people will be able to play it. If things are comprehensible for anyone, for example, a game set in a real world setting is very understandable by a bunch of people, so more people will be able to play it. If a game consists out of purely cubes and you can move cubes wherever, and it is also akin to the real world, lots of people can play it. You see where I'm going. 66, deconstruct games. If you want to start anywhere with becoming better at making games and understanding them and creating them, deconstruct them. Play a game. Yay, you get to play games to become better at making games. Play a game, deconstruct it, understand why things work and how they work, maybe even write down what kind of math is happening in the background to make you understand the systems a little better. Number 67, look outside of games for inspiration. There's a whole world out there that can inspire you to make a great many things. There are lots of success stories by people being inspired by things outside of game instead of just looking at other games for inspiration. It can be your little USB. Number 68, see beauty in popularity. It's really easy to become a grumpy old man and be like, why is this popular? This should never work. Try to understand why it does. I'm not saying you need to make popular games, but it can help you a lot by understanding why things are popular. Because this can then be used to make unpopular things a bit more popular. And before you know it, you've made the next masterpiece. Number 69, nice. Take distance when possible. Don't just sit behind your PC on every single moment you get and work on your game. Take distance, understand what you're doing, breathe, take a walk. It will help you kind of get your things back in order. It will give your brain some nice little downtime, which will then ensure that you can probably find solutions for problems that you've been bashing your head against the keyboard for about 5 hours. Number 70, fight your urge to be a perfectionist. Perfectionism is the enemy of getting things done. So try to not be a perfectionist, but try to learn with good is good enough. Number 71, don't gamble everything on one game. Don't think that the first thing you're going to release is immediately going to be a masterpiece. There's very, 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 very little people that actually are able to do this. Number 72, if you want to be commercial, know marketing. Be better at marketing and understand marketing. You know, if you want to be a commercial success, you're going to need some marketing power in your corner. Number 73, is that correct? Yes. Number 73, step outside of your own niche. If you're really stuck in your own little niche, let's say roguelikes, try to step outside of that niche every once in a while. Try to see what's out there in different genres. It can really, really, really give you that little edge, that little nugget of newness that will make your little roguelike the best roguelike out there. Number 74, make free games. Even if you want to be commercially successful, making a free game can really help. If you make a free game, you get a bunch of feedback from a bunch of people that don't give a shit about your feelings, and you will learn a lot from it. Number 75, if you don't have time to create a free game, make a demo. Because a demo does the exact same thing, but it's actually a precursor to the thing that you're going to sell later. However, making demos also comes with a downside, because if you have a very systematic driven game, it could be that the game feels very solved very soon. Number 76, don't expect to become a millionaire. There's a bunch better ways to earn a shit ton of money really fast. Games is not it. Like, get out of games right now. If you want to be a millionaire, don't do this. Please, save yourself the pain and suffering. Number 77, if you use freelancers, work with them. Freelancers are often really, really good at what they do. So try to listen to their opinions. Try to listen to their insight, to their input. They can elevate your game to a level that you didn't even know you could get at. Number 78, avoid fire and forget assignments. Let's say you work with a freelancer and you just make a single brief and you're like, good luck, and then you just get something back. Then the freelancer doesn't get the opportunity to give you input. And input's important because input makes things better. Number 79, know what phase of your life you're in. This might sound weird, but I'm old, for example. I have a baby on the way and I'm gonna be a dad. I don't have time or the life expectancy at the moment to start a whole studio from scratch, to gamble it all away on a single game. However, if you're studying, if you're young, there's a bunch of chance for you out there. So, know what state of your life you're in and abuse the shit out of that state of your life. Number 80, treat game making as much as a hobby as you can. It should be fun to do the thing you do. So if you're having fun, it's very possible that the players that are gonna play your game are having fun. And this ties into 81. Games are fun. Try having fun making them. I don't know, I think this is such an important point because so many people I hear are getting depressed and burned out and they feel like shit making games. Don't feel like shit. If you're feeling like shit, you're doing something wrong. Find a better way to work on your game. Stop working on your game. Paint. I don't know, but it should be fun to make games. If it's not fun, you're doing it wrong. Number 83.
Hi, Editing John here. I just realized that alongside a bunch of other mistakes I made, I forgot number 82. Sorry about that.
Number 83. If you ticket your work, if you make tickets on a board, ensure that every ticket you make does something to your game. So don't make a ticket think about X, but make a ticket make X or make X functional in the game. This will give you these nice little dopamine hits that will show you, hey, I made a thing, look at that, and it works. 84. If you plan by the day or by the week, not by the month or by the year. You always have less time than you think. So the shorter you make this loop of I plan a thing, I do a thing, the better you're going to be at actually estimating correctly and planning things right. Number 85. If you think you will do something later, make a ticket for it or write it down. Otherwise it lives unrent free. It costs you a lot of rent to let it live in your brain. It's going to distract the living hell out of you. So just get it out there, put it on a ticket so you can forget it, and then you can come back to it later. And this ties into number 86. Any sort of development distraction you have, write it down. Be it your grocery list, be it feeding the cat. If it's on your mind, write it down so you can forget about it, so you can focus on development. It's really important to be as focused as possible because it will make things happen faster and better. Number 87, keep a notepad at hand. I use my phone. I send myself a ton of messages about listening to my creative voice or things that I need to think about when creating my game or features that just come to mind like, shit, I need to build that. Everything I write down is then away and out of my head for me to focus on the things at hand. It's really, really useful. Number 88, if you want to be commercial, check Steam sites that do stats. Stats are really cool. They can show you what is actually working. You might be assuming that that one game is the best game in the world and then see the stats that it isn't. It's not about fun. At that point, it's about business. Number 89, if you're gonna make Roblox games, understand that you're working on a rigged system. Roblox is one of the only platforms that owns it all, from the marketing to the money you earn to all the things in existence. Look, if you want to make games, make them wherever you want. Just know how the platform works before you dive into it. Number 90, on the other hand, if you're gonna make mobile games, work with a publisher. Why? Because you cannot find a single game on the platforms that offer mobile games. This is all done through ads, and ads are hell of expensive. I'm talking 10 to hundreds of K a week to get your game somewhere on a front page for people to play. The actual amount of organic traffic on mobile is very, very low. So if you want to make mobile games, be prepared to work with a publisher. The average publisher deal really sucks because they take 60% of the money and you get 40. And then 91, if you make games on Steam, lean on influencers. I am far from an expert of marketing, but one thing we can all agree on is that influencers are really, really important to showing your game to the world. So the one thing you should know is that if you want to make games on Steam, and you want to make them commercial, and you want them to be somewhat successful, you probably need the help of influencers. 92. Don't expect to be a master of everything. It's fine to suck at some things. It's really important that you know that your game won't be the best at all the things in the world. Focus on the things you like and do those really well, and then the rest can be whatever. Number 93, know that art style is not equal to art quality. You can have a really cool but like crappy looking art style. Valheim is a great thing that comes to mind. This oozes a lot of really cool kind of vibes and feelings, but if you look at the actual quality of the assets, they're low but they work. Art style can be great. It can be just cubes and lights and anything. You don't have to be a great artist to make a great art style. Number 94, report progress to yourself. It can really help to create something like devlogs or like a simple slide deck to convince yourself of the progress you've made and kind of take a step back and see where you're at right now and what you want to do next. Number 95, use version control. Trust me. Invest the 10 minutes you need to understand the software and use version control. It really sucks to lose your project. So please save yourself the pain and use a version control system. Number 96, try to make multiple games in the same genre. Once you've made a game in a specific genre, make another game in that genre. Don't switch genres. You will learn so much more and be so much faster if you keep making things in the same genre. And then once you feel good and confident enough and made like 3 bangers, try and explore different genres. Number 97, leave comments in your code, especially if you're a hobby developer. You don't know the next time you'll have time to work on the project, and you are gonna forget what the hell you wrote. So leave comments, so you leave a little breadcrumb trail for yourself to come back into the game when you need it. Number 98, know that there is no wrong engine. All of the engines have their own strengths and weaknesses. Pick one, use it, it's fine. Number 99, debug as soon as you encounter a bug. Because if you're not gonna do it, you're probably gonna delay it too indefinitely. So try to debug as soon as possible, try to find bugs as soon as possible. It will help you keep your experience as fun and happy as possible. And then number 100 tips. Make this the last video you watch today. You know, if this was the last thing you needed to start your game development journey, if you haven't started yet, if you're stuck, make this your call to action and your motivation to start again, start over, or start for the first time. Making games can be really fun. And I just hope that whoever's watching this had some use of all the things that I've said. They are based on a shit ton of games, and they work for me, you know? So, you know, don't watch any of my next videos. Just go and make a game.